Assalamu alaikum. I am Noor Fatma, roll number 49 from the Department of Chemistry. The topic of my presentation is column chromatography. These are the points we will discuss in the presentation. The first one is introduction. Chromatography is a physical method of separation in which the components to be separated are distributed between two phases, stationary phase and mobile phase. The stationary phase may be a solid or liquid supported on a solid or gel, may be packed in a column such as column chromatography, separate as a layer or glass on glass and aluminum plates such as TLC and HPTLC, distributed as a liquid film such as GLC. The mobile phase may be a liquid, solvent, mixture of solvent or gases. History. The first chromatography column was developed by the Russian botanist Mikhail in 1901. He was washing organic solution of plant pigments through a vertical glass column packed with an absorptive material. He discovered that the pigment separated into a series of discrete color bands on the column, divided by regions. Column chromatography. Column chromatography is a separation technique in which components of mixture is separated by using a glass column packed with the stationary phase and the liquid mobile phase flowing through the column. Classification. There are two classes in the column chromatography: gravity column chromatography, flash chromatography. If the solvent is allowed to flow down the column by gravity, it is called gravity column chromatography, and if the solvent is forced down the column by positive air pressure, it is the flash chromatography, currently used in organic chemistry research laboratories. Principle. This solid stationary phase and the liquid phase is used, and the principle of separation is adsorption. The mixture to be separated is dissolved in a suitable solvent and allowed to pass through a tube containing the adsorbent. The component which have greater affinity for the adsorbent is separated in the upper layer, and which have lower affinity for the adsorbent is separated in the lower layer. The process is continued. As a result, the materials are partially distributed and form various bands of color. This is the instrumentation technique and diagram. Requirement for the column chromatography are column adsorbents. Packing the column. Packing may be of two types: wet packing and dry packing. Solvent used. Application of the sample, identification and separation of compound, recovery of components and detection of compounds. Application of chromatography are separation of mixture of compound, removal of impurities or purification, isolation of active constituent, isolation of metabolites from biological fluids, estimation of drug in formulation, and crude drug extract. Disadvantages of the column chromatography: it is a time consuming method. More amount of solvent are required, which are expensive. Use of maximum adsorbent and drying and bubble presence are possible. Advantages of column chromatography are: any type of mixture can be separated by column chromatography, any quantity, and wider choice of mobile phase. These are the references. Thank you very much.